Mother's Day is coming up, so I figured I'd make a top 10 countdown of my worst to best moms from cartoons and sitcoms. But today I'll be doing my top worst moms. Starting off at number 10, Krystal of Squidbillies. She is the mother of Rusty and ex-lover of Early. She is nothing but a lazy, morbidly obese glob of goo of a bad mom. She hardly ever spent time or even saw her own son Rusty much. Number 9, Mrs. Turner, the mother of Timmy from the Fairly Odd Parents. She, along with her husband, Mr. Turner, are the worst parents that poor Timmy could ever have. They both are idiotic and have no clue that his babysitter, Icky Vicky, is evil, leaving him at home with her like they forgot they had a child. It really pisses me off in the Fairly Odd Parents Channel Chasers movie. They constantly believed Vicky over their own son. Why is it so hard for them to believe that Vicky is evil? You're really going to believe a babysitter, an evil one, over your own son, your only child? There's a reason why Timmy ran away. Can you blame him? I'm glad Mr. and Mrs. Turner felt bad, forgave Timmy, and fired Vicky until Timmy wished everything to go back to normal. Since that he would know that he would still have Cosmo and Wanda for more years to come into his teenage years until he forgets about them when he's an adult. Moving on to number 8, Miriam Pataki, the mother of Helga and Olga Pataki, and the wife of Big Bob Pataki of Hey Arnold. Miriam mopes and sleeps all day. In the Olga Come Home episode, Bob says that Olga can't mope around being depressed in her bed. Miriam replies saying, "Sure she can, I do." It doesn't help that she's an alcoholic, slurring her words, seen making smoothies as she is emotionally attached to her blender. She is a terrible mom along with Big Bob, who favored their oldest daughter over Helga, although she does show concern for her youngest daughter. Also, the woman forgets to pack Helga's lunch. Number 7, Charlotte Pickles, the mother of Angelica and wife of Drew Pickles from Rugrats. Charlotte is one hard worker with her own company, but it is a struggle sometimes to make time for her family. At least she's not a pushover when disciplining Angelica, while Drew can't do that what his wife does, although at times Drew wasn't hesitated to discipline Angelica. Number 6, Mrs. Muntz, the mother of Nelson from The Simpsons. She has the same iconic laugh as her son, but doesn't care for him. She works at Hooters as one of the waitresses. She's an alcoholic, smoker, jailbird, a prostitute, and a stripper. She's also very promiscuous with her son, indicating that she tends to wake up with a different man. There's a reason why Nelson goes around bullying kids at his school. Moving on to number 5, Judy Geller, the mother of Ross and Monica of Friends. It's no surprise, this is the same woman who, along with her husband, always favored their son Ross over their daughter Monica. Cheerfully critical Monica when it comes to her daughter not having a boyfriend or can't get married. Also talking about her ears, not her best feature. I know Monica gained weight due to her difficult time in high school, and I wouldn't be surprised that her mother being so critical on her and favoring her son more is the other reason she gained weight. I feel bad for Monica. I feel bad that she had to deal and suffer taking the criticism that her mom dumps on her. Mrs. Judy Geller should be ashamed of herself, but I'm sure she's not. If there are any mothers out there, or women who plan on being mothers in the future, don't be a Judy Geller. And parents need to remember to equally love their children, not favoring one of your children. Number 4, Evelyn Harper, more like Evelyn Harper, the mother of Charlie and Alan of Two and a Half Men, or
Satan?
Alan even once called her the Queen of Darkness. I like Evelyn since she's funny and entertaining on the show, but let's be real, she is a horrible mother when it comes to her cynicism, manipulative nature, and greediness. She does care for her sons, although she can be cold towards them.
Oh, come on, Mom. You speak ill of everyone, even your closest friends. You manipulate people. You're an unbelievable narcissist. You're self-obsessed.
That's a bit redundant, isn't it?
You find fault with everything.
I'm not saying I hate you, but if I did, it might have something to do with the fact that you're a narcissistic bloodsucker who drove my father into an early grave. After which you married a succession of men who couldn't care less about Alan and me, which was just fine with you because you looked at us like a couple of dancing monkeys you could just haul out whenever it suited you. And when it didn't, you sent us off to boarding school or camp or that kibbutz in Israel where we got beat up because we weren't even Jewish. And now you show up here every chance you get to lay a guilt trip on me for not appreciating my cold, lonely, loveless childhood. Well,
Obviously, you're not ready to talk about it.
Moving on to number 3, Mrs. Doofenshmirtz, the mother of Heinz and Roger Doofenshmirtz of Phineas and Ferb. There is a reason why Dr. Heinz Doofenshmirtz turned evil, because his own mother sees his younger brother, Roger, as the favorite. First Judy Geller, now this woman. She was expecting Roger to be a girl, making dresses in preparation for his birth. But when she found out that he was a boy, she made Heinz wear the clothes for a year since she ran out of material. Unless your son enjoys cross-dressing by dressing in girls' clothes like Mark in the Roseanne reboot, why force him? Give it away to someone who has a baby girl. This woman should be ashamed of herself, because if she equally cared for both of her boys, Dr. Doofenshmirtz would not be the evil person we know. Although Phineas and Ferb probably wouldn't be the same if he wasn't evil. Number 2, Peggy Bundy, the mother of Kelly and Bud Bundy and the wife of Al Bundy of the classic 90s sitcom Married with Children. Peggy is one foxy mama, but the woman is a horrible mom and wife. She is a lazy, self-indulgent housewife who refuses to cook and clean for her family. So she's basically the 90s version of Frankie Heck when it comes to not cooking and being lazy. You know, Frankie in the middle never cooks and at times picks up some fast food for the family to eat for dinner. She is so lazy she buys new clothes instead of washing the old ones. According to her, her laziness is a wanker tradition going back to her pioneer days. While the women got their hair done, the men got theirs scalped. Peggy actually had brief stints at employment with mixed success, but at the end of the day, she spends the majority of time sitting like a couch potato watching talk shows including Oprah, Shop at Home Network, while eating bonbons without gaining weight. How can someone spend so much time on the couch and eat bonbons but not gain weight? What kind of metabolism does she have? And lastly, number 1, and I'm sure some people were probably expecting her to be number 1 or overall on the top 10 list, Lois Griffin. Lois, along with her retarded hubby, Peter, are the worst cartoon parents ever. But they once were good parents. In the older episodes of Family Guy, Lois was a good mother. She would talk to Chris and Meg when things weren't going good at school, giving them advice, motivating them. She cared for everyone by giving them advice and making them feel better about themselves. There was the episode when Meg was embarrassed about Lois going with her on spring break, but Lois was there to help Meg fit in with the others, getting a little loose by having fun. It's spring break. I miss the old Lois. She is now a shell of her former self along with the rest of the family and Quagmire. Lois is a sexy red-headed hottie, but I wish she was back to being a good mom again. But for now, she is my number 1. Worst mom. Can't forget about the honorable mentions. Beverly Hofstadter, the mother of Leonard of The Big Bang Theory. She can be in anyone's top 10 of worst moms. Maya Pope, the mother of Olivia from ABC Scandal. Agnes Skinner, the mother of Principal Skinner of The Simpsons. I'm surprised Seymour hasn't put her in a retirement home already with Abe Simpson, Jasper, and the rest of the elderly characters. And he needs to get his own place. And having his own place for the sake of independence. His mother seems fine. She's not sick. She's not in a wheelchair. Mama June Shannon. She once dated a child molester, and her daughter Anna was molested by the same guy. June Shannon has also lost weight, obviously, but does she even care enough to help her own daughter, Alana, with her weight? Alana is adorable and is grown to be a big girl now. I just don't want her health to be in danger like her own mother. So this has been my top 10 worst moms. See ya.